Hey, what's up? It's Achilles, and today we're doing Red Purple Luffy again. Uh, One of my favorite decks. Actually had a really good run with it when X won and got third place, and then when XO in a 4 round tournament. So I think both of them were 4 round tournaments. So what 7-1 total. But let's go straight into the list now. I'm still running new gates. I actually dropped it down just because the Linlins are really good, especially if you're playing against some decks that are like really aggressive and you're not able to get your kid out yet, or you weren't able to get your kid out yet and they got you down to 1 life. You are able to play this, get rid of one of their bodies like the Rush Luffy from the starter deck, or maybe even the Banished Smoker. Get rid of that, gain a life, and kind of restabilize or like destabilize their board, especially into like the Zoro matchup. You're able to clear you clear 2 bodies and you get to play a big body heal. It really helps you out in those really aggressive matchups. Now the new gate also helps out because in those bodies that are trying to poke at you, making yourself a 9k leader or 8k leader with the new gate really stops them and makes them choose one attack, 1 or 2 attacks, and then it's just 1 2k most of the time, or 1 1k that you need to get out of it. The Shanks definitely must have in this kind of suppression deck style that I like to play. The main goal is to get Kid and him out, and just suppress them into how they're going to attack. If you get both of these guys out on the board, it's just so great, especially because you can get the Gum back and still have like a 7k swing with your body or with your leader, and you can control their board because they either have 5k or 4k bodies on the field. Something manageable to counter from. And once you're able to start stacking bigger bodies, you control the board and you can go for games safely. So this is the list. There is some other cards that I want to add into, but we'll get back into that after the gameplay. Let you guys just see how I've been playing and how kind of clutch this deck comes in. So let's go. Okay, so now we're into the first game. I recorded a little bit late, but this is her first turn. She didn't play anything on it, and then she swung big into me, which definitely I'm gonna take. And then I'll swing a little big into her, drop down the Zoro, and see where she goes. Normally this is like a Cavendish play. If they do the Cavendish, I don't have anything for it, but no, she swings even bigger into me, which is okay because I do have a blocker, so she won't be doing that next turn, or if she does, that's fine. Now I'm just deciding how much down I'm going to use. I'm thinking I go so I want to play my blocker. I'm thinking about Thunder Bagua as well. So we'll just go 5, 6. 6, that's going to leave a blocker and space for the Thunder Bagua. So no matter what, if she goes into life big again, I'll have the blocker for her ready. But she goes 6 into that. Now I know this is where I make a mistake. Instead of blocking, I could have just Thunder Bagua. I'm at 9 down. I didn't look at my down. If I knew I was going to 8, I just needed one more. Oh no, I think I was going. Yeah, I was going into. I think I was going into 7 or something like that, but I don't think I needed to use both of those to keep the Zoro alive. I think I just do the Thunderball, I'll get the 1, and then I would have been, yeah, because I think I was at 7, so I was going to 9, and that would have put me at 10, and I would have still had a blocker. But yeah, we're getting rid of that cabbage just ASAP. And heal up from all those big swings she was doing at me. She does rest leader. I could have just swung with leader and did leader effect, but she does the Hody Jones and now she's swinging. So she's playing very aggressive, not what I'm used to for a Bonnie, which is fine. I take another life and I let him take that. So now I'm just looking at what I can do. I definitely want to go into the Hody Jones. This is a hard decision on if I want to drop the Shanks, if I want to drop the kid, leave Don up for the Gum Gum Giant, or maybe just even play a blocker out and clear out some of these kids because I don't need that many. Which I do. Get rid of the kid and get 2Ks, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Just in case he had another Hody. Because if I played the blocker, or if I left one up for a Gum Gum and then he turns it sideways, and the amount of counter that I had just wouldn't have been bad. I mean, wouldn't have been good. But now, if he raw swings with the Hody, I can at least 2K. Now, I'm thinking, and then this is sped up. So we're just letting him decide what he wants to do. He plays the Hody, rest him down, just like I thought he would, and then we get a 2K. We get another 2K, and now is he gonna commit, or what is he gonna do with the last 3 Don? If he leaves one up for leader effects, now it's just a 1K. I don't have to give up the two of my bodies that I had there. Now either or is a good play. I do like this one because I'm a little bit aggressive. I assumed he was gonna rest the Shanks here, but just seeing how aggressive he is, and I think he's just greedy, and he has a lot of cards in hand as well, a lot of counter cards. I think no matter what, Shanks is the card to rest. My leader's at 7. I am able to add a Don. So I have a Gum Gum and a blocker, which if he plays another Hody, he'll be able to rest my blocker and my leader, which isn't great, but he rests the blocker, which tells me he doesn't have Hody, and that's a 0 cost event that he just threw down. So we'll swing more, and that's another 0 cost event. So we'll swing again, which is gonna get his blocker. We'll add for the Gum Gum. Now, this is a scary situation. This is a situation where he can win. Just mathing out correctly. The Don splitting it, and he definitely can. Assuming I don't get anything great out of life. My leader is at 7, so in order for Bonnie to swing at me, he has to at least put 2 on there, and then split out the 8 Don into 3 evenly is a good possibility. Another thing is he could play a 10 drop, freeze my bodies, but he'll go 9. So immediately, and I think I probably should have pitched the kid. That probably would have been better. But we get to block with 11 here, and having having the Gum Gum done and him seeing me pitch a no counter card that made him think that I have more counter than what I really have. Just, you know, him thinking I fixed my hand a little bit. So he really needs these next two to hit in order to win. So he goes 10, which means he goes 10-10. And I look at my hand, I'm at 7, 8, 9. I just really needed a 2K and I got a 3K instead. So that puts him at 10. I get rid of that and I got a rush option. And yeah, it's over. He had 2 Doflamingos, which were the safer play, but he's definitely an aggressive player. Now we're going into the Blackbeard match up, and not liking it, not having that some mid game there to ramp. Having the Shanks is always great, so I didn't want to give it up, but luckily I grabbed into another Shanks and a Kid, which is even better. So now his 3-down turn, he puts Lafette down and he can swing 6 into me if he wanted to. Or he can establish some more searches, find some cards he needs. Now I'm gonna punish him. This is a lot. I notice a lot of Blackbeards not throw your on play effect or black hole early because of the Zoro is the play. And they don't want to just waste a card. They're going to need all the cards they can get when I'm going aggressive. But you punish them with the Bond Clay. They do give it a liberation, which is fine because they get to use up all their Don. And you yourself, like, that liberation could have been towards the Kid if they minus the Don and KO'd him. So now I have him established, which is great. And I can definitely play the Shanks next turn. We'll go ahead and take the first swing, and he establishes a Jesus. So everything looks great. We're going to 10 Don. The only thing is we had to use leader effect to get to the 10. So we won't be getting that Don back for Gum Gum Giant, but I think we're in a really good position. We have some counters. We don't need Zoro. We don't need the Bond Clay anymore. So we have some counter and we have some suppression going on. We have our 2 favorite cards on the board. And we really have him pressured down. I think he's at 9 Don and he only has 2 life and we have 2 bodies on the board. So his objective, and as we see he grabs stronger, is definitely to get one of these bodies off the field, which is fine with us. He swings 7. We can go ahead and give him the Bond Clay. And the 9, we can either take or we can counter. We have all the cards that we want, so we'll just counter. And we'll drop down the Jesus. We did the math. He's like 8. Our leader won't be able to swing into him, but we can swing into life after we take care of him. And we got him down to 1 with 2, well, possibly 2 attacks, even if he drops the teach down. So yeah, he stops one of our attacks down, and for sure he's gonna take the Shanks. Because he's gonna take block the Shanks, because he doesn't have enough counter to do it. He's gonna either block and counter, but he didn't do that because it's a 2K, and that just means he doesn't have that many 2Ks, I think. And with the on plays, not anytime he doesn't have the on plays, punish him. So now we get him down to 0. So even if he does drop a teach, we have 3 bodies. We have 3 attacks no matter what, with only 5 cards in his hand. It's pretty much game over. And again, he didn't shut down, so the Luffy solidifies it. Now we're on to our purple Luffy, and he's choosing if he wants to go first or not, which I think Luffy always just goes first. I like my hand. He mulligan. Yeah, I decided to keep this hand. I have ramp, I have something to ramp to, and I have counter. Um, Now the Roger, not the ideal 10 drop until later, but it is something we can put on board. He attacks into my body. Maybe he just did it for fun, or maybe he didn't know I'm a 6K leader. But we get 2 cards out of his hand, which is surprising. But they do want to stay healthy. I think he's gonna. I looked at his Don. Yeah, it was at 7 Don. So I thought he. I didn't think I was gonna get another swung at me. So I went ahead and took. I don't have another ramp option here, or valid option to play. I could play a blocker, but I think we want to get rid of his Zoro Joro. So, just remembering that I'm gonna get it done, getting the math right, we'll swing 8 into it, and surprisingly he counters. Maybe he thought I was gonna swing 6 into it and play another Zoro Joro, but that wasn't the case. So I think that was really good sequencing on my part. He does get rid of the Zoro Joro, but as long as the Zoro Joro ramps 1 good time, then he's done his job, I feel. And he helped get rid of a lot of cards out of his hand. This is looking really scary. Right here, he does a 7, easy 2K. But this 8, I'm gonna have to take. Oh, bam! He took away my big options, so now I only have 1 play next turn, which, with me taking this, isn't a horrible play. No need to trigger that out. That's the one good thing about having like Lin there. I can pitch that, gain a life, so it's to die for isn't dead in hand, and we'll swing at life. He easily takes because we gave him a life. Now we're looking at heavy counter. No big cards to play. Newgate would have been nice to play afterwards, but he goes 8, so we're gonna go ahead and give up a 2K. This sucks a lot, but we do get another Gum Gum Giant, and we're at 7 Don. We get another Kaido Lin. Nice. We get another big body to play, but we are at 9 Don, so me doing leader effects, I was just wondering if I do it now or do it after I play Lin. I'll go to 8, so I can still use the leader effect. We'll take the Zoro Joro. I was thinking about the blocker, but he's not gonna be swinging with the blocker, so rather get rid of his offensive actions and leave his defensive. We'll leave Don up again for our Gum Gum. Most likely pitch the kid because we don't know what we like until we run into a bigger body, and hopefully we draw 2. We might just need the counter to keep our current bodies on the field. Just looking at all the kids that I drew, doing the math here, trying to see if with 7 Don, is he gonna play another Luffy Taro? And that's what it looks like because he didn't add any Don. So I really didn't want to Gum Gum. I wanted to get to 10 Don, just in case I ran into a turn where I needed 10 Don or get my Don back. I really didn't have to, and surprisingly he gave up that Luffy Taro. I thought maybe he blocked, but then I would swing again with the Lin. So we're gonna swing into life twice. getting him back to 5 cards. He's been low on cards, surprisingly, for a purple Luffy, but I have been able to swing huge. So this is hard decision here. Another damn kid, which I pitched, and with 10 Don, 6 up, I'm able to play another blocker down, and ditch another 2K, and we get another kid. So we are able to protect ourselves here. He can't really go for game. Sanji is a scary play there, but we do have the Thunder Bagua. Now he's finally going for board. Swinging 9. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of Onami just because she's so easily to get rid of. We don't want to keep her and then have him pop it. He does, and that also baits him into playing the Uchiha, thinking I don't have any counter, and those Dawn upward bluffs. So with that being done, I'm able to attack into Sangoro. He has 1 Dawn up, most likely. Yep, Gum Giant. That'll give him the counter out of that, which is fine because we have another big swing into there, which if he counters, he counters. If not, then we get to go into his Luffy Taro, which he gives up a lot of cards for that. So with that being said, I only need 1 up for Gum Giant. We're gonna throw everything we got, just in case he has a 0 cost, which will get him to 9. And we have some good defense here. 2 2Ks. We have a card to throw away with Gum Giant. So we'll see. He'll go 11, which is fine with us because we'll just Gum Giant. And we either block or he only is able to swing 11, so we'll give him a 2K and another 2K. Or do we give him a 1K? We can give him 1K. Just keep the 2K just in case he decides to survive this turn. But we got another 2K. With no blockers on field, I decide to just play the Shanks. If I feel like we're not able to go for lethal here, at least the Shanks would be able to help me turn towards the Luffy Taro. But so far he takes the raw 8, and the raw 9. So good game there, and this was a quick one. Okay, so here's the updated build, and surprise, surprise, there's only one thing changed. That's the Monkey D. Luffy. Now, this is just me thinking, and like after playing for a bit, the Monkey D. Luffy kind of gives you a little bit more value, as in like the Roger is more like a sneak play. End of the game, the moment they take that last life, or they get you down to 0, you want to drop him and then swing, which is great, but getting him early is the problem, because if you get him in your Saturn hand after the mulligan, you kind of don't want to play him unless you have to, because like there's nothing else to play. But then you do that, and then they try to KO it, pop it, get rid of it, so then they can just play their blocker strategy, which I mean they probably will do with this Luffy as well. But this Luffy's effect, this blocker effect, activates as soon as he's on board, so you're able to kind of put him out. And the moment he's out, they cannot play blockers unless it's the only one, or they can play it, but they can't really activate it without feeling this Luffy's wrath, unless it's the only thing on the board is that one blocker. But then they still won't even be able to like counter with it and keep it alive. So you can swing 7, and if they want to block with your leader, you're able to pop something else and then swing like 11. So you can really use this use this card. You drop him down immediately, like in the shank slot, versus with the Roger, you're kind of like holding on to him and kind of like sneaking with it, like there, unless that's the only card you can put pressure with is Roger, and you have it, you put it down early. You're not really running like some people may be running two, so it's okay to just drop him down, but you want to sneak it down because you want the opponent to think that you're not running Roger, and then when you do play it, they're running it, because if not, they'll try to not go to 0 life. Versus this, this will kind of like stop them from playing blockers, or just stop them from blocking and make them counter, unless they play down their Tashigi or something like that, where in that case, well, yeah, we'll pop the Tashigi and your blocker, and then we'll swing into your blocker, and the next turn, if you can't get rid of the Luffy, unless you get another Tashigi down, then you have to deal with that again. So that's really good. Another card I was thinking about are the Divine Departures. These are good cards to just KO bodies. And then, yeah, if you have the Luffy down, you can use this, KO the Tashigi, and then they definitely can't block, because then their kid is getting popped. And then if you have suppression down, then you're grabbing a 9k body, which is definitely able, like, you're definitely able to do this with all the ramping that you do. But yeah, that entire setup. But even with the Divine Departure, if you drop down the shanks and then you're able to Divine Departure, you're popping a good chunk of bodies with that combo. The only problem with this is the counter can only be applied to leader. So if you wanted to use a 1-cost event to keep your kid alive, or your Lin or anybody on the board, you're not able to do that with the Divine Departure. You are able to use this earlier without going into -9, unlike the Gum Giants. So I do want to fit this in. I just don't know where I would replace it. And another one is that God Thread. So God Thread is another good card for getting rid of a body and ramping. So you're able to KO something and ramp. And it's a trigger, so if it's in life, you get that trigger. It helps you get to where you need to be, and you don't have to spend any Don. So this are good cards, and I'm thinking like taking out Thunder Baga, but at the moment, I don't know. I'm gonna test out this Luffy, see where he fits in, and then maybe I can see where these other cards can fit in. But if you guys have any ideas, let me know down below, or just let me know how you feel about the deck. And if you have any questions about it, let me know. I appreciate you if you watched it from, if you got all the way here, watched all the way through, thank you. And if you didn't, if you checked the beginning, fast forward to the end, I appreciate you for doing it. I really do. Thank you, and we're gonna be out. Thank you, guys.